So as fate would have it, on day 2, I was up with my kids from 1 a.m. until 5 a.m. and they decided to get up at 6:30 a.m. So I'm tired, and this isn't what I want to be doing, but it's kind of a great layer of accountability for me to commit to just moving. And I think this is a great opportunity to talk about the idea that the framework doesn't change. It remains the same. The goal, becomes what can I do to move my body and get my blood flowing? Obviously, we're getting rid of the bonus of, causing some sort of adaptation. But whenever your baseline of stress is below the average, for example, you don't sleep well, you're not eating well, you're stressed out because of work or because of relationships or anything that's outside of your norm, you don't want to put extra physical stress. Working out is a stress. And so whenever it's worst case scenario per se, just move, just get your blood flowing. So many good things happen with your lymphatic system, the way that it drains, the way that your body uses blood and uses oxygen and uses water to recover and to take this physical, vehicle and allow it to affect other things. And I guarantee you, if you wake up in the morning and you're feeling awful, or maybe you're feeling a little sick, or maybe you're feeling a little bit, run down or down on your luck or whatever it may be, just moving for 20 minutes intentionally and trying to get your heart rate going just a little bit, just enough to, make you feel something, is going to do so much for your energy, for your outlook, for building, again, that positive momentum I spoke about in the last video. So all we're doing here is trying to feel good. I'm going to start with rolling out my feet and hanging from a bar. These are kind of non-negotiable for me whenever I'm trying to feel good. Your feet are what's always in contact with the ground, and hanging from a bar is decompression for your spine. And again, that goes back to taking care of our spine. From there, I'm gonna do some rotations for my hips. These are called SFT rotations. So I'm trying to get my hip open and my hip closed, getting a little bit of rotation in my spine, but ultimately just moving my leg around, getting all my joints from my waist down, some external and internal rotation, going through all planes of movement. From here, I'm going to do some front bends with a PVC pipe. This goes back to that T-spine rotation that we talk about. And then I'm also going to do a kneeling T-spine rotation, which is a little bit more active, a little bit less passive than the PVC pipe. From there, I've done a lot of spine and a lot of just movement in general. So getting into a little bit more specifics with a knee sit hip opener, just trying to feel a little bit more in my quads and my hips, more targeted, where it's taking something that is historically tight on my body and trying to give it some love. From here, I didn't really have an idea of what I wanted to do. I typically kind of have an idea in my head or start writing down a list of things I know I want to do. And then in the moment, for example, like this, my spine felt really tight and I wanted to try to get some intra-abdominal pressure in my core and use it a little bit. So I grabbed a heavy medicine ball and just kind of rolled back and forth with it. No real goal on rep range here, just 5 to 10, whatever feels good, whatever makes your body feel like it's doing something. And then the opposite of that would be Superman's. So I rolled over, did some opposite arm, opposite leg movements, 5 reps each, and then 10 with all 4 of my legs just to get that max extension. That was kind of hey, let's do the opposite of what I just did. And then lastly, I felt like my calves and my feet and my shoulders needed a little bit of love. So the best way to do that, or the best way to approach that, is doing some down dog marches and maybe a little bit of hip openers if you feel good. It does a lot of good to get some load into your shoulders without actually grabbing a weight like a dumbbell or a kettlebell, and also get some movement into your hips where you're getting some, decompression in your spine. You're getting some hip opener because you're putting pressure into your opposite foot. All right, I feel good. No real goal on how long it takes today, but in these instances, I found itself to just keep moving through exercises until your body feels better. I did 1 set each, and I feel much better now.